enormous mess to clean up. However, we honor some exceptional old people for doing a solid rock job righting wrongs and slaying dragons, and empowering youth voices. Thank you for fighting the good fight. GC Lab School students would like to recognize Lisa Madigan, Illinois Attorney General, and Edie Canter, Executive Director of the Chicago Debate Commissions, with this year's Speaker of Truth Awards. Thank you for believing and empowering us. Would you like to come up to receive your pickle awards?
Yes! Does not want a pickle award. Let's take some pictures. Yeah, we're gonna have to do pictures, then we'll talk.
Pickles.
Everybody get us? I don't know where I'm looking anymore. Okay, I'll look there for a minute. Okay. I'll look for a minute.
Great.
All right, is that my work or not? Is that my work? I don't know. Well. Since the whole point is to be up on a soapbox, I am going to use this opportunity first and foremost to say thank you to everybody under the age of 20. Woo! Or 24. So this is really an incredible honor as an old person. My birthday is Monday. I will officially be 52. And so the fact that there are young people who still believe that I can speak truth and speak truth to power is probably the biggest gift I'm going to get for my 52nd birthday. And I do indeed thank you. I want to say just a few things because I am so inspired today with all of the young people who have come out to talk about the issues of the day, which we know are many and they are very important. We are living in troubled and terrifying times, as demonstrated by many of the posters and the Mylar blankets and the pins and the badges that people are wearing. And so I want to say this to the young people. Read this sign that I brought with me that is being held up, and know that you are powerful. You, even at a very young age, have more power than you know. You need to start using your power as you're doing today. Find the issues that you care about. Do not be afraid to use your voice. Do not be afraid to stand up and speak out. Because if you don't, nothing will change. But if you do, you can change the world. So when I was much younger, in fact 30 years ago at this point, I was taking on some of the causes of my day. Weeks after I graduated from college, I got on a plane and I went to South Africa, where apartheid was still in place, where Nelson Mandela was still imprisoned, where the press was still censored, where black South Africans didn't have the right to vote or the right to live where they wanted to live. And I went there and taught high school. I taught a group of Zulu girls and made sure that they were going to be ready to lead when there were changes taking place in South Africa. And now my former students are lawyers, and they're business people, and they're teachers, and they have families, and most importantly, they live in a free and democratic South Africa. You too can make a difference. You don't have to run for office. You don't have to go to another country. You can make a difference right here, right now, in your community, in your city, in our country. You are powerful. Use your voices, be strong, and work together for the change that's necessary. Thank you so much. I love pickles.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Edie Canter. I'm the Executive Director of the Chicago Debate Commission. We run the after debate program in the Chicago Public Schools.
My name is Anisha. Nice to meet you. I saw you at the
Thank you so much for those wonderful words to the students today. I've been so honored over the last 7 years to lead this organization, the Chicago Debate Commission, that works with 85 schools. We'll be in 85 schools this year with about 1,600 students participating in debate. And I accept this award really on behalf of those students, because they are the ones who are investing in themselves and to build up their voice and to build up their knowledge. Now, debate has so many positives for them, and I want to encourage, if there's anyone here in Chicago Public Schools who are interested in debate, you should certainly be in touch with us to see if you could participate in our program. Because the students who participate in debate, and by the way, even if you're in other schools, you should find your debate team and find your debate program and participate. Because what debate does, it has so many impacts. First of all, academic. Right? Your grades go up, your scores go up. Secondly, you build incredible skills. Critical thinking skills, how to talk to people, how to work in a team, and most importantly in these days, how to actually research and find facts and evidence, because all of our civic discussion today should be based on evidence. It is not, it needs to be based on evidence, and that's something that debate teaches you. Debate empowers young people to find their voice, and most importantly, I think debate really builds voice and leadership. The students in our program today are becoming the next great generation. Our alums are journalists, our alums are politicians and policymakers. They are business, they are scientists, they're community activists, and they're community leaders. Now, virtually all of the things we come from community high levels of poverty and underpaid. In the halls of government, and don't forget this, in the voting booths. In the voting booths. You all need to be voting. Our students are showing that debate, this activity, is not just about education and preparation for success, although it is about that. It is also about social justice and about transforming our world for the better. It's our debaters who are the speakers of truth. Thank you for honoring them today through me with this Speaker of Truth Award, and thank you for elevating the voice of youth at this wonderful event.
So GC Lab School students would also like to award the ACLU with the Protector of Everything We Hold Dear Award.
I think this is the first time I've actually stood on a soapbox, and it's a little unstable, but I'll get the hang of it. Thank you, everyone, for being here on behalf of the Next Generation Society. It's really an honor to accept this award from the next generation of leaders and activists and folks who are engaged in the issues that are really going to define what this country is about in the future. It's really an honor to be here with everyone on this beautiful day, and I want to remind everyone that we're standing in a place that's really rich with its own history of freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and really a place that's become synonymous with the notion of the open and honest and candid exchange of ideas. The Next Generation Society is all about supporting the ACLU. Like the Bughouse debates that occurred here and really gave this place its name, the ACLU was founded about 100 years ago, and back then the ACLU was focused on an issue that I think we're still very much focused on, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Back then government censorship and control of the media was pretty common, and it sounds familiar, sadly, 100 years later, but that's why we have such great folks here in the ACLU, and all of you guys here to congregate, to talk, to be open about what needs to change in this country and what needs to change in the future. So the Next Generation Society, which is not 100 years old, is really dedicated to helping the ACLU and supporting the ACLU's work in a really simple way. And that is engaging the next generation of activists, leaders, debaters, thinkers, radicals, everyone who wants to put forth ideas and discuss them openly to create really a better America. And the folks who really want to talk about the issues that define what it is to be an American, what it defines to be a person in this society. Criminal justice reform, freedom of speech, immigrant rights, women's rights, reproductive rights, LGBTQ rights, And that's what this really is all about, being able to talk about those issues openly. So each of you here today, whether you're students or otherwise, you have the chance to be a part of a next generation America. An America that's more open, that's more free, that's more united in its commitment to equality for everyone, no matter who you are, what your choices are. And as much as we all need the ACLU to fight for our rights, the ACLU needs you, especially you guys, because you truly are the next generation, and it's your work and your efforts that are going to really define what this country looks like in 20, 30, 50 years. I want to close with just one quick story about the Dill Pickle Club, since I'm holding pickles and it seems fitting. So the Dill Pickle Club opened right around the time that the Bughouse debates were starting, and in order to get into the Dill Pickle Club, which was a nice forum for like an open exchange of ideas, to see shows, etc., people who wanted to go there had to climb through, and I wrote down the address, a hole in the wall at 859 North State Street, which I'm sure was not easy. They had to climb through that hole, and then they had to walk all the way down Tooker Alley to actually get to the club, where they could then speak freely and congregate and, kind of be outside of the view of maybe police or folks who are cracking down on freedom of speech. And that's really the message I want to leave you guys with. Your rights take work. It took work for people. It took effort to get there and to have that opportunity to talk sometimes. And our rights, no matter what they're called, they can be called rights, they can be called privileges, but they take work. So we have to work for them. We have to fight for them. We have to ensure that the next generation and the next generation can do the same, have the same rights, and have the same fight, and fight for what's right the same way. So thank you again for this wonderful award. I will remember it, we will remember it, and cherish it much, much longer than it will last, because I will probably be eating it relatively soon. So thank you.